welcome back to Yoga and Wellness with Amanda. I'm Amanda and this is Trooper, and today we are going to be going through a slow flow for self-love. We're going to dedicate a mantra, a word or phrase to our practice and flow with that in our minds and in our hearts. And I want you to think of something that really resonates with you today. We'll take some time at the beginning of practice to select a mantra, but I want to share mine with you, and it's 3 simple words, and it's I am enough. And believe it or not, a few short years ago, that was really difficult for me just to say those words because I felt that I wasn't enough. It brought me to tears to even admit or embody that phrase. So I really was feeling a little lackluster these last few days, and I wanted to do something to kind of embody and remind myself that I am enough. And I want you to know that you are also enough and that we are all enough. So that is my personal mantra for today's practice, and if there's something else that speaks to you personally, I really want you to keep that in your heart and your minds and flow through this super gentle practice today. We'll just need our yoga mat, so if you have a space to set up, you roll out your mat and we'll get started. Alright, so let's get started for today. I want us to first find an easy seated pose. You can find Sukhasana or any pose that's seated that's comfortable. And if you need to put a blanket or a yoga block beneath the hips to make your seat a little bit more comfy, go ahead and do that now. And if you're comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. If not, you can always gaze at a spot on the floor in front of you. Really feel rooted and grounded through the sit bones, a long straight spine, energy blooming out the crown of the head. And I want you to notice the pace of your breath here. Just taking time to feel how the breath is flowing in and out of the nostrils, the lungs. And maybe just mindfully begin to slow down that breath just a bit. Take every inhale with intent and give yourself permission to exhale fully, making space for new breath on the next inhale. Allowing yourself to fill up with fresh breath, new revitalizing energy, and exhaling anything that no longer serves you. Whether that's tension in the physical body, wandering thoughts, lingering emotions. Just giving yourself permission to let that go and make some space within. And if you haven't already selected a mantra for yourself, guiding words for this practice, I'd like you to select just a few words, 1 or 2 brief sentences of a loving message that you'd like to embody through practice, something that you would like to tell yourself. My mantra for today is I am enough. And with every inhale, I want you to breathe in that mantra. And every exhale, let go of any self-doubt, any negative energy, anything that might combat that phrase. Let it go. And once you have that phrase, I want you to hold it in your mind and in your heart and your spirit. And on the next inhale, we'll bring the arms up overhead, reach toward the sky, gaze up and open the eyes. And on the exhale, bring hands to heart center. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale, spread the arms wide open. Repeat your mantra to yourself. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 more. Inhale, reach up towards the sky with your mantra in mind. And exhale, hands to heart. Awesome. We're going to switch the cross on the legs if we've been sitting cross-legged for a bit, if that's comfortable, or you can stay as you are. We're going to bring the right hand beside us to the mat. Inhale, reach up as far as you can with that left hand. And then when you're ready, slowly begin to lean towards the right side of the room. Really reach out through those fingertips. Feel nice and rooted, anchored through that left hip, using that right hand just to support the body so it doesn't topple over. We're not dumping weight into that area of the body at all. Breathe into that side body stretch and then slowly rotate so the heart space faces up towards the sky. Deep breath in and out. And one more inhale here. And on the exhale, we will return to center. Lovely. We're going to do the same stretch on the opposite side. Inhale, now the right arm up, reach towards the sky, really stretch out through those fingertips. And when you're ready on an exhale, bend toward the left, using that left hand to gently support the body, reaching out through those fingertips, feeling anchored and grounded through that right hip, breathing into the side body stretch. And then slowly rotate, open that heart space up towards the sky. Big breath in and out. Oh, excuse me, and out. One more inhale and exhale. We'll bring that right hand back to the mat. Wonderful. Now we're going to inhale, reach up towards the sky. Goalpost arms, shine the heart space. And exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Lovely, lovely. This time we're going to bring our hands back to plant by the hips and just walk them towards the back of the room a little bit. And pinch those shoulder blades together just a smidge. Shine the heart space. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, chin to chest. Encouraging opening in the heart space, inviting in love and positive energy. Taking a moment here, we start to roll the shoulders. Maybe bring the spine into it. Bringing a little bit of motion into that upper body. Breathing slowly and deeply. And we'll find stillness, and we're going to take a little bit of a neck stretch here. So we're going to slowly move the gaze over the right shoulder. Breath in here. Exhale to center. Inhale, gaze over the left shoulder. Exhale, center. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, back to center. Great job. This next one, we're going to inhale as we bring our right hand up overhead, and we're going to let our right hand find near our left ear, and then we're just going to gently bend our neck so then the right ear is tracking towards the right shoulder. Now we're not pulling on the head here, we're just kind of using it as a little bit of a weight, assisting gravity in a nice side body stretch. You can walk the fingertips out in any direction that feels good. And just using the hand as a gentle weight. We're not pressing into the head at all here. And then slowly we're going to release. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So we're going to inhale that left hand overhead. Find the right ear this time. And again, we're just assisting gravity, bringing the left ear to track towards the left shoulder, walking those right fingertips to any position on the mat that feels good, and just finding a nice stretch here. Again, we are not pulling on the head at all with our left hand. It's just resting on the head as a little bit of added weight to assist gravity here. Repositioning as needed. Breathing into the pose. And then slowly release. Great job. From here, we're going to swing onto hands and knees and find our tabletop position. So our hands and knees, shoulders over wrists, knees are underneath our hips. You can leave the curls toe or Leave the toes curled if you like, or tops of the feet flat on the mat. Words are hard for me today, sorry guys. And you really want to make sure your fingers are spread nice and wide so you're evenly distributing your weight of the body. And even in our tabletop pose, we really want to be active here. Our crown is reaching towards the front of the room, tailbone reaching towards the back. And we're going to take a few rounds of cat and cow. And I want us to flow with our breath. So on the inhale, we'll find cow, drop the belly, lift the gaze. And on the exhale, find cat pose. Really arch the spine, press away from the earth, and allow the head to hang. And flow with your breath here. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Even if your breath is slightly different pace, that's okay. Inhale, cow. Move with your breath. Exhale, cat. Nice and slow and controlled. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Do one more before we meet at a neutral spine. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Returning to a neutral spine. And we're just going to take a couple of kidney squeezes here. Look over the right shoulder and the left. Just bringing a little lateral motion to the spine. And then we'll come back to center. And we're going to bring the knees together, curl the toes under, and we're going to sit back into broken toe pose just for a moment. Take a few seconds, maybe take a couple circles with the wrists, rub out the palms, give yourself a little palm and wrist massage. You just want to get a little blood flowing in these areas. So we do a lot of weight bearing in this area of the body, so we want to make sure we give a little bit of attention to these areas from time to time. We're going to bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, bring the palms forward, inhale. Exhale. And then we're going to arch the spine like cat pose, press towards the front of the room. Inhale, arch the spine for a seated cow. Release the fingers, interlace them behind the back, shine the heart space forward. Big breath in. And on the exhale, begin to fold forward and slowly bring the forehead to the mat. Uncurl the toes. Unclasp the hands, bring them to the mat, and we're going to find our child pose. Sit the hips back on the heels, outstretch the hands, option to widen the knees if that feels good. And just feel the weight of the body, surrender, and connect with the earth. And taking any minor adjustments as needed. If the legs and the knees need to be moved farther apart, maybe the arms need to outstretch more or less. And using the breath as a tool to create space in the body, and also the inhalations, remembering, repeating your mantra, and on the exhalations, giving yourself permission to let go of anything that no longer serves you or your mantra. And when you feel ready, slowly begin to press the body up back into our tabletop position, taking a breath or two here. And when you feel ready, we're going to prepare for downward facing dog. So we're going to plant the hands, fingers are spread nice and wide. Curl those toes beneath you. On an inhale, begin to lift the hips, rise up, press to the back of the room, and surrender the head and pedal out the dog a little bit. We're going to bend the knees here. Nice little hamstring stretch.
And then once you feel you've gotten a few kinks out, go ahead and find stillness. Feet approximately hip distance apart. And really surrender into the pose. Press the calves towards the back of the room. Bend the knees as much as is needed. Energetically, the chest is reaching towards the thighs. Feeling grounded in the ball mounds of the feet. Grounded through the hands. Breathing into the pose. Creating space between the shoulder blades. And on the next inhale, go ahead and reach that right leg up towards the sky. Exhale as we step forward into low lunge. Drop that back knee and uncurl the toes. We really want to try and make sure we have a nice strong straight line from our knee to our ankle here. And you can always widen the stance by bringing the left knee out. You can bring the knee and the foot closer together if you'd like. Just staying here for a moment. Breathing into the stretch, using the fingertips to help balance the body. Long, straight spine. And then when you're ready, curl that back toe and lift that back knee. Plant the hands and step back into downward facing dog. Taking a moment to breathe in your mantra, I am enough. Feeling strong and supported in your downward dog. Inhale that left leg up to the sky, and on the exhale, step it through for low lunge once more. Drop that back knee, uncurl the toes. Use those fingertips to help balance the body, making any micro adjustments as needed. And trying to keep that left knee now directly over the ankle. We don't want it to flail out in any direction, just so we can protect the joints. Breathing into the stretch. And then when you're ready, we're going to curl those back toes. Inhale, lift that back knee, come into our lunge. Plant the hands and step back, downward facing dog. Once again, breathe in that mantra, I am enough. Exhale anything that no longer serves you or your mantra. Any contradictions, that voice in your head telling you, because we're going to tell it, yeah. We're going to take a generous bend in the knees, bring the gaze between the hands. We're going to walk our feet towards the top of our mats. We're going to inhale with a flat back. There we go. To halfway lift, gaze at the mat. Hands could rest on the thighs, the shins, wherever you need there. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward folds. One more. Woo. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now we're going to heel toe our feet to the outer edges of the mat, so a little bit wider than hip distance here. And we're going to come into ragdoll pose. So bring opposite hand to opposite shoulder. Bend the knees a little bit if you need. And just allow the body to hang out here. You can shake the head, yes or no. Gently sway side to side. Just allow the weight of the body to roll down towards the earth. Breathe into the stretch. And then we'll release the hands down to the mat. Heel toe the feet back beneath the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. From here, we're going to bring the hands to the mat in front of us. And we're going to kind of angle our feet towards the top corners of the mat. So heels in, toes out, bend the knees a little bit, plant the hands right in front of you and kind of squat down. Sorry to come into a seated position, and I just thought that would be a fun way to come down to the mat, so hopefully it was. We're gonna come into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose here. So bring the soles of the feet to touch in front, sit up nice and tall. If you want to give yourself a little foot massage here, go for it. If you don't like touching your feet, well, skip this step. Inhale, shine the heart space forward. And on the exhale, lead with that heart space. Bring the chest towards the mat and begin to fold. You can always bring the knees to the thighs if you want to add a little stretch, or option here too to bring books, blocks, blankets underneath the knees here to help support that part of the body. So the stretch is a little less intense. And I really want us to keep the integrity of the spine here. I don't want us to slump over into this stretch. Really reach forward with that heart space, keeping the integrity of the spine. So we have long, straight spine from tail to crown. Allowing our heart space to stay open, inviting, radiating peace, love, and kindness. Repeating our mantra, I am enough. And when you're ready, on the next inhale, slowly begin to rise back up to seated. We'll bring the hands to the outer edges of the knees and bring those knees together. Bring the hands to plant near the hips. And we're just going to allow those knees to fall to the right and take a breath. Keep the shoulders facing forward. Inhale back to center. Exhale, let the knees fall to the left, shoulders facing front. Couple nice breaths here. Inhale, we'll come back to center. I'm going to rotate back on my mat, and we're going to extend the legs out in front of us here and bring our feet about hip distance apart. And I just want us to point and flex those toes, maybe take a couple ankle circles, just bringing a little bit of motion back into the ankles, lower extremities. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet back to the mat. Bring the hands behind the thighs and slowly roll back onto the back body. And keep the hands either tucked behind the thighs, or you can wrap the arms around the legs entirely and just slowly rock from side to side, giving the back a gentle massage, just really feeling the connection between the back body and the mat. Allow the body to feel heavy and grounded and rooted, supported by the earth, your mat, your mantra. And then if you'd like to stay here for a few more breaths, you can. But if you'd like, we can come into legs up the wall pose. So we're going to extend one leg and then the other and flex the feet. It's okay to have a bend in the knee. I actually kind of like it that way. And really feel the spine anchor into the earth in this pose. This is a really great way to promote relaxation, encourage activation of the parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic, I am mixing up my words here. So parasympathetic, there's the right word. I'm swapping letters and words all over the place today, guys. Sorry about that. But what I'm trying to say is this is going to promote relaxation. And we've put forth a lot of energy into promoting self-love throughout practice, and I just want to give us a moment to give back and settle into that idea that we are amazing. And we'll slowly bend one knee at a time and pull them back into the chest. Take a couple ankle circles. And slowly bring one foot at a time to the mat. And just take a moment here to breathe in and out. Once again, bringing our mantra into our mind, into our heart. And then we're going to bring our arms up overhead, really reach out through those fingertips. And then when you're ready, roll over onto your right or left side. Use the arm as a pillow. And I want you to stay here for just a breath, because we've been on our back for a little bit. I don't want us to jump up too fast and get lightheaded or anything. So taking a few breaths here. And then once you feel ready, use your arm to press that body of yours up back into a seated position. And we'll take one more breath together. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll bring thumb knuckles to forehead. The beautiful, abundant, brightly shining light in me sees, honors, and respects that same light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this slow flow self-love yoga practice today. I hope you were able to connect with your breath and your body and your mantra and really embody some positivity and let go of some of that riffraff and that negative self-talk that is so easy to fill our heads with sometimes. If you have any questions about today's practice or have any suggestions for future videos, don't forget to drop those in the comment section below. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you really like this video, maybe hit that subscribe button so you can hang out with me every Thursday when I post a new video to this channel. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and we're able to spend some time and connect on your mat. Until then, I can't wait to see you